Hey guys, and welcome to another Spectrum video where we are going to have a look at Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters. Quite a mouthful, that title. Published by Domark in '90. And this game, of course, pays homage to campy 50s B-movies, and the Spectrum version was developed by Techware Software. And it's, of course, an arcade conversion with isometric graphics, and personally, I never got to play the arcade version, or actually any version back in the day. But I was very close to buying the SD version because of the isometric graphics. I just love isometric graphics. Maybe not always from a gameplay perspective, but, visually, I found them fascinating ever since I saw Saxon and Nightlaw and such. And I use the term isometric broadly. It might not technically be an isometric projection used here. And the arcade original was developed by Atari Games and released in the arcades in 1989. And it was designed by Mark Stephen Pierce. And while being at Atari Games, he worked on arcade games such as Road Blasters, Klax, Pit Fighter, Road Riot 4-wheel drive, and probably others. And he was also involved in other arcade games, and also a creator of the Dark Castle series of games. That game drove me bonkers on the ST. That's one balls hard series of games. And I believe the arcade version of this game was quite successful. And it even had special controls that allowed you to, I think, aim in a total of 16 directions. And thanks to this, the arcade version had special controllers, which I don't think they've managed to translate to any home version. And thank you to one of my viewers, SaturnMan9129, for making a comment on my previous Spectrum video about this game and reminding me that I wanted to have a look at the Spectrum version. So let's just dive in, shall we? And we got a really nice looking loading screen that makes very good use of the Spectrum's very limited color capabilities. And I want to play this on my actual Spectrum hardware, but I've only got a 48K machine, and I realized I wouldn't be seeing the intro screens or get the music, so I went emulation. And I have actually already recorded this, but there was so much noise coming from the renovation of the building that I was just going mental. So I'm going to redo it, and hopefully I'm going to be able to pay attention a bit more because, oh man. And you don't have to enjoy the sound of power drills in the background also, so that's a good thing. Trust me. We get a really nice intro, and I believe this is from the arcade version as well, but maybe not as many screens. And this looks, again, really nice. They make good use of the Spectrum's colors and really sets the mood, and we get to fight the evil reptilians or reptons or whatever they're called. And of course we don't get these screens on the 48K version. Sadly, 128K only. So here we are in the game, and of course we have tank controls. Oh joy! And check this out. This is the speed at which I am spinning. It's a little bit too fast, making it pretty damn hard to align yourself up here. I wish we could control the speed somehow, but no, can't do that. Otherwise the controls are actually fine. And I'm actually using a joystick here. Initially I was recording using keyboard joystick emulation, but man, oh man, was that difficult or what? I just could not, for the life of me, control this character. Also, we can blow up everything. I love this. This is awesome. I don't know what that is. Maybe they are toasters. Who knows? Big fat toasters. And also we can do this, by the way, just as in the arcade. If we fall off the ledge, he will just grab on and get back up. Really cool little idea, that. And I'm really happy that we don't die from fall damage there, because that would be very frustrating. So let's throw the switch, get up the, what do you call this, escalator in English? Is that called escalator in English? I'm not quite sure. And let's just murder some things here and free the human. And this is something that's quite annoying. When I'm misaligned, other isometric games would kind of allow me to kind of slide around the corner. The computer would help me. Not so much here. Oh, sorry. Please. Die. Okay. Die, you son of a toaster! There we go. You are no more. Oh yeah, and those star-looking things that the enemies sometimes drop, I do believe that's to power up my weapon. And we've got a super fast ball. Let's just shoot these fools before we attempt to time this. And let's just get out of here. And we can, I believe, just press down and fire to detonate bombs, which is very useful against the bosses, I must say. I got to say, the graphics in this game are rather gorgeous. They work very well in monochrome. But of course, we do have flip scrolling, just as the SD version, and honestly, it is a bit of a pain in the butt. But what you're going to do? I would say that it works a little bit better than the SD version, but it's still quite frustrating. Give me that thing. Whenever I'm in a hurry to grab something, the controls just screw me over. Oh no! And yeah, that's a problem with the flip scrolling. I hate that. You just land on an enemy. You have no chance of avoiding that. You have to be super duper careful. Let's throw this switch. I think we don't have to move in front of it. We can do this. No! From the side. Yeah, lost another Oh, come on! Oh, this is so damn frustrating! I suck at the tank controls for suresies. A small army of toaster relatives. Please go grab. Go grab. And for some reason the human disappeared. I don't know why. But let's shoot the please toaster, and that should liberate a whole bunch of slaves. It almost feels like this could be like an EA, Electronic Arts factory, filled with human encoding slaves, and you have to liberate them before they produce yet another half-assed attempt at a AAA title, right? Or do they call them quadruple A title these days, by the way? Anyway, let's just do some more liberation here before we head down the the hole here. And I think we need to blast these things, whatever they are, toasters, again, to set the or to liberate the humans from their horrible containers. And the music goes completely bonkers when there's nothing on screen, or no sprites on screen. That's kind of weird. I think they should be able to time the music, but they haven't bothered with that. I do believe this is the boss stage, so let's go and say hi to this big fat robot dinosaur, and I think we can use bombs quite effectively, and he doesn't have to be too close. Okay, I just got smashed there. I didn't even realize. Would you please just die? Seems like he attacks kind of randomly with explosions. We still have some people to liberate here. Ah, please, controls. Don't hate me. I don't hate you. Well, maybe a bit. Let's leave. And I've powered up my ray gun. Oh, sorry about that. I kind of barbecued you a bit there, but it doesn't hurt too much. You'll be fine. The medical technology of the 50s is amazing, because this is, of course, a tribute to all those campy old 50s sci-fi movies. Yeah, the controls are still driving me bonkers. I don't know, these black tiles, I don't think I want to stand on them. It's probably bad news, right? Let's just quickly get up this escalator staircase. Oh, give me that, please. I want that, please. Way too slow. I don't remember the SD version being this hard to control. I think that maybe had directional controls also, or maybe it was just a little bit less sensitive. You know this? Come on, it's so fast. But you do get used to it. Okay, let's get up the ladder and get, yeah, almost murdered by a bunch of balls. Oh no! Oh, I didn't realize that. Please get out of my face. Yeah, there's definitely some minor annoyances here and there where you don't have a chance because the flip scrolling. But again, it's actually, I feel, a little bit better than on the SD because I think the SD version had more enemies. Right. Again, operating invisible computers. Maybe they couldn't afford to buy them computers, so they're just kind of doing the motions for minimum wages, of course. Well, they are slaves, I suppose. So, probably not. Okay, let's not stand around because that's usually a terrible idea. Instead, let's go over here and admire the view. Finally I got a power-up thingy. Okay, let's just leave. And in the SD version I remember there was this flying stage. I'm not sure if that is included because this seems like yet another boss stage. Hang on, it's the same boss exactly. What is going on here? Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to stand here to be safe, to be perfectly honest, but I'm just going to stand here and see how that works. And we don't have bombs, unfortunately. Not entirely sure how we get them. Maybe when we blast the things, maybe there's stuff inside. I think that's how it worked on the SD version anyway. Not the most challenging of boss fights, I must admit, but I'm quite happy about that because trying to run around with this thing bouncing about is not going to be super easy. There we go. Get a bunch of power-ups. And I don't care about the humans, I'm sorry. And yet another stage. I'm not sure how many stages the Spectrum version has. There seems to be a lot of similarities between the stages. I'm not sure if it's just this maybe a memory issue on the Spectrum. They didn't have space to include all the room types of the arcade. Oh god! It's Marble Madness! Ugh. Oh no! Oh, let's just run past this quickly. I hate these things. Yeah, this game does look indeed a bit like Marble Madness, doesn't it? Especially with these big balls around here. Okay, we made it. I don't care about the humans. I want to explore, so get up here and get out of my way. Yeah, I don't care about the humans. Let's go this way. And of course, step on a bastard black time. Yeah, I think we're going to call it quits. But yeah, I've got to say, this is a rather nice conversion of the arcade game. It looks really nice and it's quite fun to play. And I think I would have been into this back in the day. But hey, let's check out what some other people thought about this, shall we? Crash awarded the game a crash smash and gave it an overall of 90%, and they wrote, "The main moan I have with the game is the control method. As the game is in 3D, the programmers have chosen a method where you can swivel left and right on the spot and go forwards. This is highly confusing at first. It takes some mastering, believe me. Graphics are small but full of animation and detail. The two-player option gives even more excitement with both players battling it out together. Escape from the planet of the robot monsters is a must, if you are anything like me, a nutter. You'll enjoy every minute of it." Your Sinclair awarded the game 83%, and they wrote, "A barrel of laughs, very playable, quite fast and full of little graphic touches. Best in two-player mode." And they also wrote, "Basically a very amusing and well-developed blaster, with no obvious faults. A lot of character and all pitched at just the right difficulty level. A bit of a corker in fact, and bound to be a big hit. And I don't think they actually mentioned the controls, so I think they were decently happy with that. So a rather good arcade conversion again on the Spectrum, with controls that may or may not drive you mental, with some rather nice music and graphics. And with that, I'm just going to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!